everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play series. Let's jump into it. So for today, we have a bunch of different plans, but as you just saw, I'm beginning to kind of decorate our village. You can see, I hope you guys can actually see that this is a kind of like monument of a villager. I cannot take any credit for this because I did not know how to build this. So once again, found the idea on Pinterest. I took it, gonna link that in the description. More than welcome to go check it out because this design is awesome, but it's kind of like a rundown statue of a villager, which I think fits pretty well for eventually once we have our villagers living in our village that we have created. That's the only thing that's really changed between the last episode and this episode. But I think my main goal is I need to now work on getting an enchanting area up and running. And I was thinking with that, I could make like a wizard building, something along the lines that a wizard would live in. Don't know how I'm going to really do that, but we're going to fool around. Maybe it'll involve some like potions and things along those lines. That's probably our next goal because we can now get a lot of experience from mining. So naturally, we'll start to level up a ton, and we should use those levels to kind of enchant some stuff. So I haven't figured out where I want to place the building, though. Okay, so I've spent about 20 or so minutes on Pinterest just looking for a bunch of ideas, which I think I say this in every video, but Pinterest is definitely like the best place to go if you don't know how to build anything because you can find a bunch of different ideas and kind of mix a bunch together and come up with your own ideas. Which is really, really useful. And I think what I'm actually going to do is push myself to build a floating tower. Because at first I was going to do a wizard tower, but then I realized it kind of looked like our windmill tower. It kind of looked like our clock tower. And I'm realizing all of our buildings are just kind of going up. And I didn't want to do that. And then I saw a couple Pinterest posts of a tower that was like hanging off of a mountain and it kind of floated. And it looked like it was being used to like magic to go ahead and like levitate this tower. And I spent some time looking around because our original base is up there, and we have all these buildings that we've created in here. Now, at one point, I was going to put it on top of that mountain, but I figured that that's a little too far from the village, and maybe we'll have a building in the future over there, but I don't really want to have that up and running just yet. Now, the area that I'm standing on right now is actually the top of another mountain, and down below there is our farm area. So I'm going to clear these trees out. And then I think we can kind of levitate the building off into this direction. And if I clear some of the trees, it should probably look pretty good. At least it's going to be levitating maybe like 30 blocks off the ground. So hopefully I get that to work. This is going to be really difficult to time lapse because I know it's going to be a lot of building and breaking. But let's see what I can do. Let's start with clearing these trees. All right, and we are back. I've cleared off the trees right here, and I've actually changed the direction that I want to go ahead and build this building in. Originally, it was going to be over here, kind of floating off and then floating above these trees, but I figured since it's only a couple blocks difference, it won't really look like it's floating. But if I put it over in this direction, which is kind of towards, kind of above our farm, because it won't be that many blocks out, it will be significantly above the ground, which will really look like it's a floating tower, which should be really awesome if I can pull this off. Now, I wanted to add some color into it because I've had a very basic palette with all these different buildings like the farm, the clock tower, the windmill, all these different things. I've had a very basic palette and it matches because it's a kind of like city, town, village style theme that I'm going for. But I believe that the wizard's tower should have some color into it and make it stand out a little bit. So I wanted to go with purple. And for a little bit, I didn't know how I was going to get purple dye. But then I realized you could actually use lavender. And there's a couple other plants, but behind me, I noticed as I was clearing the trees, it looks like it's a gigantic lavender field. So let's go ahead and go over there. And we're here. That was some Doctor Strange Wanda Maximoff style teleportation. But look at this. We just break a ton of it. We'll have plenty of dye. So I'm probably going to get like a stack of this. Just because that'll give us a ton of dye and more than what we need. And that will allow us to kind of make some purple color inside of our build. I've also found a design on Pinterest now that's very close to what I want to design. So I'm going to link that in the description, the exact one that I'm kind of getting a similar idea from, because I don't want to come across as I'm just stealing the design. So feel free to go check it out. It's on Pinterest, so I think you can leave comments there. So feel free to go ahead and say it looks awesome, stuff like that. But yes, let's go ahead and grab some lavender. All right, and we are back, and my voice is slightly gone. I'm gonna completely warn you guys on that. But as you can see, we now have a floating wizard tower, which honestly looks a lot better than I really expected, to be totally honest. But kind of floats above our farm right over here, which is really, really cool. And we kind of have our like floating stairs with like the magic holding our building up. And then this pathway kind of switches into the magic. So it goes from like a platform and turns into the magic. And then we enter in, and currently it's all empty, which we'll go ahead and fill this up to make it look really nice, probably in the next time lapse. But we can go look out these windows, which these are going to be little planter boxes where we can actually plant our plants for the wizard to use to create his potions. And maybe in here will be the enchanting area somewhere. I don't really know where I'm going to put that. And then right outside, you can see our farm. You can see all the way up there, we have our base from the very first couple episodes. Down over here, you can see our clock tower, the windmill. You can see our blacksmith, and then kind of our ore processing area. And then technically, you can see right through there, that's our water mill. So we're starting to be able to see all of the buildings that we have created. Now, if we go to the top, there are a couple levels. There's this level, just a lookout level. Probably not going to be much built in here, but you can see through the iron bars that we have created. And then you go to the next level, and this is kind of like the living quarters for the wizard. So you have these nice little lookout places, so you can look out and see everything, including all of the bases and stuff like that. And you can see in every single direction, so you can see quite far, basically everywhere throughout this world. Now, I think the next thing I'm going to quickly do is just do a quick little switch over with a little flick, and we're back. Hopefully that worked, because I realized that I have to move to build, so I probably moved. So hopefully that time lapse worked. But as you can see, did a little bit of decorating to this kind of home platform that's going on right here. You can see I've actually implemented a lot of the stuff from supplementaries because there's a lot of cool items that really fit in with wizards. So, such as I trapped a chicken, courtesy of our farm, and placed him inside of a cage here with like an urn. We have candles, we have a lectern. We also have this sepia globe. I don't know what it actually does, but you can combine some items with a regular globe to turn it to this color, and it kind of looks like the moon. I thought it was really cool for like a wizard. And then over here we have like the wand storage. We have some potions of harming that we have stored in here. This is an hourglass, which if you right click, you can actually place the sand in and it falls through the hourglass. Pretty cool. All through supplementaries. We have some brewing stands. I've made a purple bed with just a purple canvas sign from Farmer's Delight. Just because we kind of did purple-esque for this entire building. So figured purple bed kind of fits. We go down to here, just added some lights, so when it's dark out, it looks really nice. And then down here, we kind of have a mix of storage for bookshelves for all of the books that he has to read, kind of like a Doctor Strange vibe is what I was going for. We have all these plants that are from the Nether that are theoretically have been brought back here to grow and study for this wizard. Then we have these different cauldrons, potions. We brought in some amethyst bud to go ahead and kind of bring the aesthetic. Chests. Crafting tables. This is taking inspiration from the end stronghold, where there's bookshelves with chests and crafting tables and such. So that's where I got the inspiration. And you might have noticed I didn't build a enchantment area, and that's because I wanted to kind of do something out here for the enchantment area, something outside, because I was realizing if I put it inside of this building, it was gonna kind of make things awkward. So I'm gonna do something out here. So maybe like he was in the process of moving his enchantment area to a bigger building, and we're going to see it's like placed out onto the floor out here or something like that. But let's see what we can do. So I'm actually going to end the episode right here. I'm sure this is going to be a very short episode, but that's because I'm feeling quite under the weather, as you could probably tell from my voice, and I don't want to push my voice so much to the point that I can't speak anymore, because I do have to actually work my actual job. But I want to say thank you so much for watching this episode. The next episode, I'm probably going to tackle like a sugarcane farm and an actual enchantment area to add outside of our wizard tower. Just kind of continue down that line, as well as try to make this village feel like more of a village. So maybe we'll plan to bring some villagers actually into our village in the next couple episodes. But I think that's where I'm going to end it here. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.